If you've watched my channel before, you would know that I like to save money, mainly because I'm unemployed. So for me to make this claim on this YouTube video title is pretty insane. If you've researched PCs in the past, which you probably have since you're watching this video, you know that building your own PC would probably save you a couple $100s. This just isn't the case anymore, at least for right now. This is a wild opinion I'm making, but I stand by it. So if you haven't seen already, many companies are pushing out their AI development. In the previous video I made, I said how this impacts us consumers. If you don't want to watch the 4-minute video I made, I wouldn't want you to. Here's a brief summary. Basically, many companies are investing a ton of money into AI. Many of the AI tasks require RAM, like a lot of RAM. But my RAM usage remains relatively low when I'm using ChatGPT. Just because it's not affecting your computer, Timmy, doesn't mean that RAM isn't being used with the AI task. Anyways, the point I was trying to make before Timmy interrupted was that RAM is being used a lot for AI tasks, a lot more than what you would think. The high increase of AI development is what I personally came up with for the RAM prices being so high. I know a lot of people will come up with their own conclusions, but this is what I thought was the most consistent reasoning on why the RAM prices are high. We are seeing some of the craziest RAM prices nowadays. This reminds me of those days when people would mine crypto using GPUs. This made GPUs very expensive and hard to come by. Back to the RAM situation, you can probably see how this affects us consumers who are looking to build our own PCs, since RAM is a component that we need for our PCs. Even you need it too, Timmy. Surprisingly, pre-built PCs haven't gone up by much, if they did at all. You can probably still find a good deal on a pre-built PC, for now at least. So why do pre-built PCs actually seem cheaper than actually building your own PC? I think this is because this hasn't affected pre-built companies just yet. You see, when you build your own PC, you're only paying for the parts you need at the moment. So probably one set of RAM, one GPU, etc. When it comes to companies that build pre-built PCs, they typically have to buy multiple sets of RAM, multiple GPUs, you get the point. This is a common business practice that many companies use so they don't run out of stock of a certain item. Obviously, this applies not only to PCs, but other products too. This is why I believe it hasn't affected them just yet, because they bought their components like RAM when it was still reasonable, and they buy it in bulk. If they buy RAM for the crazy price it was now, wouldn't it make sense for them to just increase the prices of their pre-built PCs? Obviously, they will have to buy more computer components in the future, but for now, as of filming this, December 2nd, pre-built PCs are still at good prices. This is why I recommend anyone who's interested in getting a PC to buy a pre-built PC, at least just for right now. Sure, you can argue that you own a lot of experience building a PC. I personally did. But in today's economy, what will it cost you? You will probably be paying more towards building your own PC now than if you were just to buy a pre-built. This isn't me trying to sell you guys on a PC that I built from a business I started, but this is me recommending you the most logical solution. Over time, I do expect pre-built PC prices to go up, but for buying today, as of right now, I'd probably save money and just buy a pre-built instead of building one myself. So does this mean I would recommend everyone watching this to buy a pre-built? Absolutely not. But if you're starting from scratch, I would recommend going with a pre-built this time around if you have components already, or you plan on using some older components to match with newer components. Building a PC might be a good option. You'd also want to check if there's any bottlenecks using old or existing components if you decide to go that route. If you don't have components already and you go with building your own PC, you're honestly gonna be paying for the experience rather than saving any money. This really sucks because a lot of us have fun putting our PCs together. Sure, buying a pre-built is easier, but it's just not as fun as building your own system. On top of this, you learn a lot about PCs by choosing your own components, putting it together, and to make matters even worse, I'm also hearing that GPU prices could go up too because of AI development. I suspect pre-builts to go up within the following weeks of this video. I know I said this already, but I just can't recommend building a PC if you're starting from scratch. I talk about PCs with my cousins, with my uncles, and now we're just going to be staring at a wall. Okay, on a serious note though, it's sad to see a lot of people might not be able to have an experience of building their own PC. Sure, you can still do that, but it's just so expensive. Depending on when you're watching this, days, weeks, months, and so on, this could be an entirely different story. No matter when you watch this, always do your research. Tech changes quite a lot nowadays. I think a lot of people are going to really despise AI when prices really begin to go up. Thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts about this whole situation in the comments below. See you guys in my next video. Peace.